G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, a bit of a different bonus extra video, whatever you want to call it, something a little bit off the norm. What we're going to be checking out is everything that I take out to the field when I go out for a flying session. So we're talking gates, flags, bags, that rhymes pretty well, props, quads, like sort of my drink packs and all those sorts of things, safety equipment, laptops, a whole bunch, like a big rundown on everything. We're going to be taking out batteries, all that sort of jazz. I've got it lined up, sort of semi-organized. It was time to clean my backpack out anyway because things were sort of starting to get a bit disorganized. I thought, well, this is going to be a great time to share with you guys, share that, you know, for those members of the UAVfutures family and just of the community, everything that I take out. Now, this is a bit of a different series of videos because look, I'm still going to be doing all the reviews, all that sort of stuff, the question and answers, the happy flyings, all that stuff's still staying, but I want to share some extra bonus content with you guys, and that's going to be things around this hobby and some of the things we like to do. So, you know, it's going to be some more adventures with Crash Test Cal, more adventures with Grumpy Trev, you know, it might be some extra things like showing you my gear, or sometimes I want to show you how I go about editing. It might be a studio tour, it might be some things about 3D printing, you know, when I'm printing out some of the cactus hats, or shout out to Cal for that one, or some of my GoPro mounts, talk about some 3D printers. We've been riding a lot of electric skateboards, all that sort of stuff. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that happen to the side that are all sort of somehow related to UAVfutures and drone racing, getting out there with your mates. And I want to bring you on that adventure with me because it's all happening. So if I just point the camera at it, you're going to get some bonus content and just see some of the shenanigans that we're having around with Grumpy Trev, Granger, Crash Test Cal, having a good time. Anyway, enough rambling here. If you've got some ideas for what I should sort of call these bonus videos, I'd love to know, you know, like we've got Tech Tuesday. I'm really happy with that name. If you've got some ideas for this bonus video, well, put them down below. But let's kick it off. I'm going to come grab this camera and then we're going to go find out and go through all my gear. Now, I'm going to put some of the links down below, but because there is so much stuff out there, I'm probably just going to put the noteworthy ones. Everything else, you can just do a bit of a Google, have a listen and think, all right, I'll Google that one and check it out, because there's going to be some stuff in there that you might not have seen before, or you might think, gee, it's kind of interesting, or I never thought of doing it that way. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to come grab this camera Ladrib style. We'll give it a go and see how we go with looking at all my gear. Let's do it. Alrighty, so we're out here, we're about to go through it, but you can see there's quite a lot of stuff and I don't know what order we're going to be in. So we're probably going to start here on the drones, talk about some of the batteries, and then probably just move our way left and right all the way up till we finish at the dog. So Charlie doesn't actually come with me, he's just being a slacker, getting in there for some, I don't know what he's doing, lazy Labrador. Now, of course, this is all going to be very different to what you use out in the field, because I'm guaranteed you're not going to have half this much sort of stuff, but some of you guys might like to know. And there's probably not going to be too much drone related specific stuff in terms of the actual drones, because that changes every week. So I've just got a couple here. I'm out on my back sort of porch patio, I don't know what you call it in some other places, but over here we've got some Kias, Americas. A lot of these are broken that I need to actually fix. The Norris, and then two little XJBs, and you haven't, well, not an XJB, this one's actually called the Space Wolf, which absolutely rips. There should be a review popping up soon about that. And then this is where we get into some things, probably, you know, with that boring drone parts out of the way, this is where we look at a lot of the extras that I sort of use. So, of course, we should probably kick it off with my backpack. So I've got a rain cover for my backpack. The backpack that I'm using is this one right here. This is the Multi-Star. And I did use, and you're going to have to forgive me for all this sort of camera work for this behind the scenes stuff, because it's not going to be super stable or anything like that. I wonder if I can, I'm fully zoomed out. And then you can see I actually switched over to this back to this, I should say, from my Hive, because with all this sort of stuff that you see, it was much easier to fit it all with this backpack. It made a lot more sense. When I was using my Hive backpack, it was good, but I couldn't fit nearly as much stuff in there. So that's why I'm using that. Let's take that out. And then you can see it's totally empty because I've sort of got everything out here so I can organize it. Now let's go through some of the nitty gritty. Start at the front. So I've got a laptop here. This is a cheap laptop. I think it was like 200 bucks or something when I bought, or 300 bucks off GearBest on sale. And the reason I got it was because, look, I didn't need it to do anything but use Betaflight, and I can charge it from USB. And there's also a cable over there, which we'll get to in a little bit, somewhere, I think up somewhere over there, where you can actually sort of charge this thing from a LiPo battery with the right little adapter. In here, that's my daughter in the background. In here you can see we've got a whole bunch of batteries and a little run cam case, probably way too many for what we're sort of going to be using it for, but that's my my little 3-inch batteries, and a lot of them are little 3S as well, so that's for a lot of the smaller things. Over here we've got my lunch packs. Now check this out, this part's a little bit scary, a bit of peppermint tea there. Take a thermos out, we've got some safety gear behind it, which I'll talk about. But in here, you can see we got some rad, scary sort of spiders here. So I don't know what sort of spider that is, or if you can see that, but that bad boy is not going to be not going to be very fun anyway when we see him. So I'm going to throw him out in the garden a little bit later. Here we've got some safety equipment. Of course, there's some terrible sun in Australia. I feel like I'm getting burnt right now and it's not too hot actually. Then we've got some sock savers or boot guards. That's because, you know, it's going to help a tiny little bit. Not I guess too much with snakes, but I guess saves your socks. Good pair of boots are important, sunnies. I don't take the dog. And then I've just got some sunscreen and insect repellent because everything here wants to kill you. And then let's get on to some more drone related stuff. What we've got here, we've got a whole bunch of different batteries. So some of my personal favorites, they're the Graphenes, the 1500s. I really like them. They were like 22 Australian dollars or something when I bought them, so super cheap. There's some China hobby line as well over here. They're pretty good batteries, but yeah, these ones, they're my actual favorite ones to use. So they seem to provide really, really good punch at a great price. You can see, let's look at the next bit. We've got our Taranis QX7, so that's my standard radio. Upgraded the gimbals. There should be a video to that might pop up in the top hand corner. Got some trendy socks here. Good one, Dad. And then here's a bit of the filming equipment that you wouldn't see. So I've got my little GoPro sort of case. Shout out to Cal for printing me this, so thanks very much. He 3D printed that for me. And that just goes in there. We've got my Hero 5. And then I take out 2 spare batteries. I don't know where the other one is at the moment. And of course my little Sessions 5. I need to get another one of those because that one's playing up all the time. Right here, well there, I take out a few GoPro holders. I'm going to put that there because that's probably going to end up in that bag, which I'll get to in a minute. Then I keep some SD cards in here, and then we're going to move on to some interesting parts. So you don't see this very often, so I've got a little spark that I take out sometimes. Got my little controller or radio right there. You see the on-way commanders quite a lot, and I've actually, you know, you see these patches on here. You've got the Far View patch, the Pagoda, and also the Real ACC triple feed patch, because I found that works really well. I do have a little bonus. I use this sort of cord to power it, because my other one broke recently. Then I've got my TS100 soldering iron, which is one of the best soldering irons in the biz. I love this bad boy. It saved my bacon so many times in the field. That should be linked down below, or a little card should pop up somewhere for that as well. Next to that, I've got a whole bunch of cords, and that's just for connecting up to Betafly, different types of USB cords, all that sort of stuff, because you never know when you're going to need those. Right here are my spare goggles. Now there's a spare Pagoda antenna that should go with those other antennas. This Pagoda... this pair of goggles, this is actually the Fly Key, and it's crazy. A lot of people, you know, they were kind of cheap, I think $270 at the time. They don't do DVR, they don't fit your face well, but they get some of the best reception I get anyway out of anything that I've ever tried, and if I need to use them, I really like them. I don't like the battery, but I like the reception that I can get, and they still offer a great flying experience for me, so I need to print a faceplate out actually. That's something I'm going to do. So that's my spare goggles, believe it or not. I don't actually use any Fat Sharks. Right here. Now moving forward, you can see right here we have some Velcro straps, some other little USB cords, a spare battery video. We've got the goggles that I want to hand out to Trev because I've got some other things. That's Cal's receiver right there. These motors I need to give to Trev to fix up on his Chameleon. And then, yeah, I also need to get him to test these goggles as well, so he's been interested in them, so I'm hanging on to those, keeping them in my bag to give to him. We've got our speed gun, of course. Cal keeps the helmet and the shield in his car, but I keep the speed gun in my bag. Whew. And then we've got some zip ties. I probably need to reorganize those a little bit better. We've got a fluffy sock wind protector thing, and I know you guys always talk about, Stuart, improve your audio, but trust me, I am definitely trying. Moving on, you can see a big bag of props. Now, most of these, they're going to be a mixture between Cyclones and Avans, but I do have a couple of different sets of 3-inch props as well, and then some little, there's another bag of 3-inch, I think they're the ones I'm liking, and then some little Gemfan flash props in there as well, so they're a lot of fun to use. But I don't do 3-inch as often as some of the others. Now moving on, here's some of my tools, and I definitely need to reorganize this because I don't know where the rest of them have gone. They've gotten lost, which is part of why I'm doing this, but I've got a little, what do you call these? A ratchet, a wrench, whatever. That's my prop tool. A few spare receivers, a spare flight controller, XT60s, spare camera lens. Not that I ever really am going to use them. I've probably got another drone that I'm going to fly instead. Little battery checker. I really love this ISDT. I said it right this time. I love this little battery connector. And then, we talked about the sunscreen. Oh, here's a good little one. Bit of heat shrink in, a zip tie. You never know when that's going to come in handy, of different sort of sizes and lengths, so put that to the side. And then we've got a lazy dog here who's just sort of chilling out. And then we've got our gates and all that sort of stuff. So what do we got? We've got, and they all go in this bag as well. I reviewed that quite a while ago, but in this bag I keep all these, and this thing is so heavy. That's one of the worst things to sort of carry around, but I've got 2 ring gates, 6 sort of standard arch gates, 6 flags, 2 bits of rebar in case I ever need that, a big hammer to smash it into the ground. I do have another hammer somewhere, but I think Trev's borrowing that one at the moment. And then the last few things, we've got our little sort of chair you often see at the back. That was like 15 bucks from Audi or something like that, which is a sort of cheap supermarket sort of store. And then in here, this is actually where I keep all my drones, because I take too many to strap to my backpack, which is over there. I take too many for that, so what I actually do, I just throw them all into this sort of bag, like Santa Claus here, and that's where I sort of keep them all. It makes it a lot easier to sort of carry around, and I also throw my rubbish and spare props in there at the end of the day. So that's like my rubbish bag, so I don't never leave any rubbish in the field or anything like that. And then when I get home, I'm meant to clean it out, but that actually never happens. Anyway, that's a bit of a ramble. I know the lighting here was absolutely terrible. Hopefully it wasn't too hard to see, but I guess it was a bonus video, so it was just something I wanted to share with you guys. I'd love to know your thoughts, and there's quite a lot of stuff here that now I'm not looking forward to. This fun part was filming the video. The part I'm not looking forward to is repacking it and reorganizing it and cleaning it into my backpack. So there it is. There's, I guess, my bonus full kit, not a review, full kit reveal of everything that I'm going to be using. I'd love to know what you think, I guess, about the gear I'm using. Was there anything surprising in there? What do you use? Do you use different parts? Do you use some of the same sort of stuff? And what did you think about this sort of extra video content? So making some different videos. I'm still going to be doing the reviews, but just throwing occasionally some of these little extra things on there, sharing what I believe in and what I think UAVfutures is, believes in, is just about sharing the message of FPV and having fun. And sometimes there's parts behind the scene that's just not a product review that I want to share with you guys as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Drop your comments down below, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, I'm going to say too, shout out to my Patreon supporters. So hopefully, I want to connect with you guys more, because I feel like you're part of the community. You're right there with me. So hopefully you enjoy these videos as well. And as always, happy flight. Flying. I don't know where I put the ing on the end of that. Happy flying.